A ship without a crew. December 4th, 1872. A day that would go down in maritime history. The day Grazia, a sturdy British brigantine, sailed across the vast emptiness of the Atlantic Ocean. The sea was calm, the sky an endless gray, stretching far beyond the horizon. But what lay ahead was anything but ordinary. Captain David Morehouse, a seasoned sailor, stood at the helm, his keen eyes scanning the horizon. That's when he saw it, a ship drifting aimlessly. The sails flapped weakly, the vessel rocking ever so slightly on the waves. But something was wrong. There was no sign of life. The captain ordered his crew to approach. As the ships neared, the name of the ghostly vessel became clear: Mary Celeste. Morehouse knew the name well. It had set sail only a month prior from New York, bound for Genoa, Italy, carrying barrels of industrial alcohol. Its captain, Benjamin Briggs, was an acquaintance of Morehouse, a man of experience and discipline. So why was the ship abandoned? A boarding party was sent over. As they climbed onto the deck, an eerie silence engulfed them. The wood beneath their boots creaked, but there were no voices, no hurried footsteps of a working crew. The Mary Celeste was empty. The clues left behind. The ship was not in distress. It was not wrecked, nor was it sinking. Everything seemed in place, except for the missing people. The ship's cargo of alcohol barrels was untouched. The crew's belongings were still in their quarters. There were no signs of struggle, no blood, no indication of an attack. The lifeboat was missing. Perhaps the most haunting discovery of all was the captain's log. The last entry was dated November 25th, 1872, just over a week before the Mary Celeste was found. November 25th, weather fair, wind at 6 knots. All is well. That was it. No distress call, no warning of what was to come. It was as if the entire crew had simply vanished. Theories began to form. What could have led an entire crew to abandon a perfectly seaworthy ship in the middle of the ocean? Theories began to spread like wildfire, each one more chilling than the last. Pirates? Unlikely. Nothing was stolen. Mutiny? No signs of a struggle, storm, or rogue wave. But why abandon the ship if it was still afloat? Supernatural forces? Whispers of a cursed ship began to surface. Yet, there was one possibility that seemed the most plausible: an explosion scare. The exploding cargo hypothesis. The Mary Celeste was carrying over 1,700 barrels of industrial alcohol, a highly flammable substance. Some believe that a few barrels may have leaked, causing fumes to build up inside the cargo hold. A small spark, even from static electricity, could have led to an explosion, or at least the fear of one. In a state of panic, the captain may have ordered the crew to temporarily abandon ship, boarding the lifeboat. But what if they drifted too far? What if they were unable to return? The lifeboat, lost at sea, leaving no trace of its occupants. Theories that defy explanation. But then, there were the strange details. The food stores were untouched. Why leave behind essential supplies? The ship's log didn't indicate any sign of fear or distress. The lifeboat was never found. No wreckage, no floating debris, nothing. If an explosion scare had caused the evacuation, surely at least one person would have remained aboard to steer the ship back. And why would they never return? A message from the deep. The Mary Celeste was eventually sailed to Gibraltar for investigation, but no definitive cause was ever determined. The mystery remains open to this day, fueling ghost stories, legends, and endless speculation. But one thing is certain: whatever happened on the Mary Celeste, it left behind only questions and an unsettling silence, whispering across the waves. The legend of the Mary Celeste had only begun. While the world speculated about supernatural forces and ghostly curses, investigators and theorists started diving into the possible real-world explanations. But the deeper they dug, the more unsettling the case became. Theories that don't add up. Some believe the crew had abandoned ship due to a violent storm. Yet, the ship was found completely intact. No signs of struggle, no damage to suggest a sudden disaster. The lifeboat was missing, but why would experienced sailors leave a seaworthy vessel for the unknown? Another theory pointed to pirates. However, nothing valuable was stolen. The cargo remained untouched. There was no sign of a battle, no bodies, and no blood. It was as if they had simply vanished into thin air. The alcohol cargo theory. One of the most widely discussed theories involves the ship's cargo, 1,701 barrels of industrial alcohol. Some barrels were discovered empty. Could the crew have feared an explosion from alcohol fumes, prompting them to abandon ship in panic? But if that were true, why didn't they return? The Mary Celeste drifted for weeks, still intact. Mutiny or murder? Could the crew have turned against Captain Briggs? Some speculate tensions ran high on the voyage. Did paranoia and stress push them to an unthinkable act? But even if a mutiny occurred, where did everyone go? The ocean was vast, yet not a single body was ever found. A fateful encounter? Other rumors suggest the ship might have been attacked, not by pirates, but by an unknown force. Some believe the crew was abducted. Some say they were taken in by another vessel, choosing to disappear. But to this day, no records of a rescued crew have ever surfaced. As the mystery deepened, one thing became clear. The disappearance of the Mary Celeste was no ordinary event. It defied logic, explanations, and every attempt to solve it. The paranormal theories. As logical explanations failed to account for the disappearance of the Mary Celeste crew, theories took a darker turn. Some believed supernatural forces were at play. Tales of ghost ships have long haunted sailors, and the Mary Celeste seemed to fit the legend perfectly. A vessel found eerily drifting at sea, completely abandoned, yet undisturbed. Some whispered of the Bermuda Triangle, though the ship was far from the infamous region. Others suggested sea monsters, dragging the crew into the depths. While these ideas were dismissed as fantasy, they added to the Mary Celeste's chilling aura. The Atlantis connection. A more bizarre theory claimed the ship had strayed into a hidden region connected to the lost city of Atlantis. According to some believers, electromagnetic anomalies or an unknown force pulled the crew away, leaving the ship behind. No evidence ever supported this idea, but it only fueled the ship's ghostly reputation. Government cover UPS. In the modern age, theories of secret experiments and cover-ups emerged. Some claim the ship might have encountered an early government experiment gone wrong. Could a powerful sound wave or unknown weapon have driven the crew to madness, causing them to flee? If so, why leave no trace behind? The legacy of the Mary Celeste. Despite centuries of investigation, the Mary Celeste remains one of the greatest unsolved maritime mysteries. The ship was later sold and used for trade, but it was never free of its curse. In 1885, it was deliberately wrecked for insurance fraud, a final, tragic chapter for a ship already drenched in mystery. To this day, no definitive explanation exists. The story of the Mary Celeste endures, haunting historians, sailors, and mystery lovers alike. Was it human error, a tragic accident, or something beyond our understanding? We may never know.